Watch and burn.
Hey everyone. So today, or tonight, or whatever, I want to discuss Allan Moyle's absolutely awesome 1990 film, and that is Pump Up the Volume, starring the incredibly good-looking Christian Slater. Now what this tells the story of is Christian Slater's character Mark, who is otherwise known as Happy Harry Hardon. He has like an illegal sort of ham radio show that all the kids at his high school, Hubert Humphrey High, are rather devoted to listening to. That becomes quite apparent when they build the big dick. But anyways, and so the whole story revolves around him and this girl Nora attempting to figure out who it is in her school who is Happy Harry Hardon, because he has to be going to her school because he just knows too much about what's going on in the school. And as well as the FCC inevitably get involved when one of his listeners calls in and talks about committing suicide, and then he actually does, and the school gets all up in arms, and the FCC becomes involved, like I said, and they attempt to take Mark down. Now, this is kind of like the ultimate sort of like rebellious teen movie. Like, this is the ideal school, or the ideal high school you would want to attend if you were like always pissed off at the faculty at your school, because the principal, I believe her name is Miss Crestwood. I believe her first name's Vivian Crestwood, I believe. She is a complete nightmare. What she does is she takes full enrollment, of course, and then she weeds out the kids that show up late, don't care, yada, 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 and finds ways and excuses to expel them. And yet she keeps their names on the book, so the school keeps the money that they got for the students that she was like wrongfully expelling. And the school, Triple H, Hubert Humphrey High, it has just about the best GPS rating in the district. But again, that's because all of the students who would be dragging it down, she and her vice principal, Mr. Murdoch, I believe his name was, they found a way to get rid of all of those students. Now, they're slicing everybody, including the girl that got pregnant. Now, she didn't do anything other than get pregnant. She cared about her grades, but they didn't like the image, so they booted her. So they run this school with like the educational iron fist, and there's nothing you can do. You want to be a troublemaking student? You want to fail math? Crestwood and fucking gonna get rid of you. So anyway, so Mark, Happy Harry Hardon, is sick up with this. He's sick of this shit. He's fed up with it. And so he decides to take a stand. And I love these movies because these movies are all focused on kid power and how kids are going to solve kids' problems for themselves without adult intervention. That isn't really what happens, of course, but there is one really embarrassing scene with the popular girl Paige. When she finally snaps, she puts all of her Yale stuff and all this bullshit in the microwave in her house and blows it up. And then at the emergency PTA meeting where they have to discuss this Happy Harry guy, I think all of the actress's parts, whoever it was that played Paige, I think all of her lines were overdubbed. Like, they automated dialogue replaced, they ADR'd her in all her lines, I think. But it gets really bad outside when, after she leaves the PTA, when she's talking about how I'm not perfect. I've just been going through the motions of being perfect. And then she goes outside and the media are there. Like, the media's everywhere, of course, because that's about the frenzy, you know? And they're like, does this Happy Harry guy, is he telling you to do this? Will you do anything that he says? And then she starts pleading with him. She's like, if you're watching this, don't stop, you know? And talk hard. And, oh God, talk hard. And then she does this kind of like, arr thing to the camera, and holy fuck is it embarrassing. It's hard to watch, but it is entertaining. And that's the other thing I love about this movie. There's a couple catchphrases. Talk hard. Steal the air. And, my personal favorite, the truth is a virus. Maybe it is. The truth is a virus. I mean, what the hell does that even mean? But anyways, yeah, I love this movie. Allan Moyle has two movies that have completely ruled my life since 1990, and that is Pump Up the Volume, and then a little while later he would do Empire Records, and I've seen both of these movies so many times. I used to hang out at Empire Records, actually. There was a place that we all considered it to be exactly like. It was just way more independent, and it was Deja Vu Discs in Oshawa. That was totally Empire Records. But anyways, yeah, he's done 2 movies that have been so important to me ever since. I rented this right when I moved to Pickering. I got it from Wonder Video right after they went up. Like they went up about a year or so after I moved. And I've just been in love with this movie ever since. It's dumb, of course, but it's all about kids getting it done, you know? Don't you fuck with the youth, because the youth will fuck with you. This movie's perfect. This movie is so flawed. I don't understand who the students are that built the giant paper mache cock for Happy Harry Hard-On. That's devotion. I gotta say, like, that is some serious reverence there for them to spend their downtime paper macheing this 6-foot dick. I mean, you got a following, buddy. You definitely got a following. The end is a little dumb. I don't like the use of the song. I don't like the song that they chose. It just feels that the end credits could have used a song that had a more of like a punkish energy, because the score to this, or the soundtrack to this movie, was a little rougher-ish. But I do love at the end how, just as Happy Harry is going down and the FCC are finding out who it is and he's about to go to jail, all of these other pirate radio stations crop up and they're like, hey, I'm Angie in California, and I'm Mike in North Dakota, and I'm Sarah in Philadelphia, and this is my station, and I heard Happy Harry, and I'm going to do my part to sort of fucking bring the corporate radio system down or some shit. I don't know. The end is adorable. The end song used for the credits is horrible, but the end is awesome. So look, I'm going to go. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while I discussed Allan Moyle's 1990 film, Pump Up the Volume. Like always, if you like this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. But most importantly, please don't forget that the world is a better place because you are in it. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night. Or day. Or whatever it is, wherever you are. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button, because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.